friends, this is MD Vegan. Today I'm going to make a cake, and it is a kind of birthday cake because my teacher, Yogini Kairi, she has birthday today. Yeah, and we meet together tomorrow, and we're flowing in Tree Yoga like we do it often. Together on Sundays we meet and we celebrate a little bit. I made this nice cake, and it's a variation of a cake I already know. It's kind of cheesecake, very simple, with orange goji berry flavor. Easy, but super delicious. To begin with the crust. The crust is made of almonds and dates. That's one of the favorite, easiest crusts. Here I have 2 cups of almonds and, well, a cup or so of dates. Soft dates they are. And soft dates are very nice for crusts because they make the dough stick together easily. I have here my food processor fitted in the S-plate. You see, the S-plate is good for dough. I put the almonds in, and before I put the dates in, I begin grinding the almonds a little bit, because then it's easier on the round. They are so dry, so crisp, so it's easier to ground without the dates. Grounding is very easy, takes not so much time. Now, after putting in the dates, I quickly show you. This is really gross, you see. Coarse meal is not very fine, doesn't need to be fine. So now I put the dates in, and this will take a little bit longer. You don't need to wash all that. I'll come back in a second. Was very fast now, because the dates are so soft. The other trick is you can put some coconut oil in, or some water. It gets immediately stuck, sticky, the dough. I show you the result. See, it has to begin sticking together like this. See, it's okay. And then you can put it into the spring tart form. Like this. It is 9 or 10 inch or so. I covered it, laid it with a parchment paper. I put my dough in to make a nice crust. Just like this, very easy. See, a little bit coarse, and I like that. When you taste the nuts, their character and so. But before I push the dough down and press it firmly into the form, I spread the dough evenly all over the bottom of my spring tart form, according to what I want to have. Sometimes I want to have some lips coming up on the sides. Sometimes I want it flat, like now. I don't need lips now. The cheesecake doesn't need lips. The cheese will firm up in the refrigerator, or just with some time. You don't need to be it's not a refrigerator cake, not a freezer cake. It's just a regular cake, cheesecake. So now, and it is evenly spread. So I begin to press it down a little bit, because then once you press it down, the dough, the crust, will keep together. Once when you cut a piece out of the cake, then they will stay together. It's not so nice, it falls out. You might, it's not so bad, you can eat it anyway. It's nicer if it's a perfectly shaped piece of cake, right? That's what I want to have. So that's why I push it down a little bit. The sides, I take my fist like this. With my body weight, it's easier. And pretty soon, my crust is finished, ready to be used. See, that is very easy. You see? This is the crust. You can make it a little bit less coarse, as you like. I prefer this one for now. So put it aside and make my filling. So crust is first, then comes filling. And the filling is a little bit more tricky. There are some more ingredients, but it's still very easy. The basic ingredient for cheesecake, of course, is cashew nuts. in this case, nuts. I have soaked my cashew nuts here, 3 cups of them. You can take cashew crunch. It is less expensive. I have soaked the nuts for a couple of hours, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 hours even. And then you can see it is easier to form a gentle a cream from it in the blender. If you soaked it before, and you drain it and rinse it, and then it is good. Put it aside. And I put some lemon juice here. I have 5 or 6 lemons, with the 6 large lemons here, medium large, juiced. I put that into the cashews. So I have a nice, it is easier for the blender to work then. And together with the lemon juice, I have 3 large oranges, peeled and blended. So you have this kind of orange cream. Just oranges, nothing else. You have a wonderful texture. I put that here in, together with the lemon juice. That makes my blender easier blend the cashews into a nice cream. I want. The rest comes in later. So this is first step for the filling. It's a nice cream, you see. It's a nice texture. So you have to take care when you combine your ingredients and choose the proportions. You have to make sure that it will firm up easily. If you take too much liquid, it is easier to blend on the one hand. On the other side, it will not easily firm up. So that's, you have to find out the ratio. I told you 3 cups of cashews, 2 cups of orange, juiced orange, or not juiced, blended oranges, and 2 cups of lemon juice, or 1 cup of lemon juice, 1 cup. So that is the ratio for this. And now I add dates. I have here date mousse, well, 2 cups of date mousse. That's just dates, pitted dates, blended with a little bit of water. Then you have this wonderful sweetener. It's my favorite. I put it into the cashew mousse also. Maybe I spare a little bit. I don't put everything, because that might turn too sweet. And now comes another tricky part. I put the goji berries in, and a good teaspoon of vanilla. Goji berries, 2 tablespoons or 1, and vanilla. I guess that fits wonderful with the oranges. I love the combination of goji berries and oranges. And the thing to firm up the dough comes in later. I'll show you in a second. Second step is to blend in the date mousse, the goji berries, and the vanilla. This is a very useful tool. It comes with many blenders, and it helps if the dough, the texture, is a little bit firm. Then the blender will have a little problem to blend it everything. You can use alternatively you can use a food processor to do that. Many would do that also. But in this case, I use a blender because it is more creamy then. The blender gets a higher creaminess. So I prefer to use the blender here. And then use the stumper and to put it all down so the blades can work easily through the whole thing. So this is now I have my texture, my cream. I will taste it. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I tell you, very nice. So in addition to that, I put in some coconut butter. I put it on hot water, so it will liquefy. See? And I put that into my. And the end of the blending process, I put the coconut oil in, not in the beginning. Otherwise, it might stick to the sides and it'll blend up all of it. So you have to wait until the end. Put that in. It's a little bit tricky. Yeah, you have to wait with the coconut oil to the end, and then it is easier. And you have to make sure it will not stick to the sides of the blender, because it would like to stick to the sides, and then it won't blend in the filling. So you put it into the mass a little bit. Fill it. This is my coconut oil, and I add some lecithin. In order to avoid to take too much coconut oil, I take also a good amount of lecithin. That is something that firms up cakes wonderfully. Also, I have 3 tablespoons here of lecithin, and you have to make sure if you buy lecithin that it is really from plants, plant-based animal-free lecithin. You can also get it from animals, but we don't want that, of course. That is cruel, and we don't like to abuse our animal friends. So we take the lecithin from plants. Easy. You get it in a in a pharmacy or whatever, online. You find it easily. It is pretty common in the raw scene. So I use this. I have to use this again, I guess. And then I'm already done. See, that's how easy it is to make a waffle cake. Now I put all the filling onto my crust. Already finished. Then I have to put it in the refrigerator. Now a cool place, wherever, and will firm up. And tomorrow it will be a delicious, or maybe a couple of hours, be a delicious, firm goji berry orange cheesecake. Put it all in here. And a second. Oh, a friend of mine told me to use something else, another tool. See? The scraper. See, that is perfect for this kind of process. I use the scraper and get everything out easily without hurting my blender. So, pretty easy. Very versatile tool, the scraper. Oh. Right amount. It's a nice color. You put more goji berries in, it will turn a little bit more orange, bright orange. But I like the gentle flavor in the background. The goji berry is a very strong flavor, and it's perfect with the orange if it's just a little bit, just an idea that makes it perfection. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Have this nice, wonderful yoga flow in the morning, tree yoga flow, and then afterwards we sit together, play yoga a little bit. Applying the same principles of yoga, that means ahimsa, hurting nobody, to our daily life. That means play yoga. Is it nice? Or lila yoga. Because in yoga we believe, the yogis believe, let's say, that everything we can see and touch with our senses, that is illusion only. Because it is not permanent. Everything that will not be eternal is, in the eye of a yogi, is it illusion. Only the things that are not destroyable, that are eternal, they are real. It is in the yoga philosophy. And so in the world of the senses, our day-to-day life, there we have a lila, the play. The lila is the play of the universal energy of the mind and the energy, the consciousness and the energy. And we have this wonderful lila yoga cake, goji berry orange cheesecake. I will show you tomorrow, of course, when I cut the piece out of the cake. I will show you, or maybe I could sprinkle some decoration on it. Yeah. From the crust of the orange and the lemon, the peel, and then we have a beautiful cake. Friends, if you like to subscribe to my channel, I would be happy, and I'll see you soon.